Good morning. Today we are looking at conditions that are quiet out there this morning. This is our view on that tri-level bridge here in Fargo, I-94 and I-29 interchange. It's quiet. We've got good visibility. Conditions should remain on that mild side as the morning goes along. The problem is two things, very minor issues here, but you're going to have to get that car started a little sooner rather than later to get that defroster going. It is a little frosty, and there are some areas where the roads are a little bit on the frosty side too. So we are watching out for that. And then the visibility. Our visibility reports coming in at 4 miles in Wheaton. We're looking at 6 in Grand Forks. And in some locations, we do have visibility that is slightly lower, but it's not too bad out there this morning. So conditions that are generally good. Just keeping an eye on a couple of places here for that potential for some patchy fog. So taking a look at our Skycam down at the Dakota Magic Casino, you see we have a little bit of fog in our view here. And temperatures are going to be in the teens and 20s. We're at 25 degrees in Fargo, 22 in Grand Forks, 11 in Devil's Lake, 17 in Jamestown. And Thief River Falls and Baudette looking at some low 20s. So looking at conditions that are clear and quiet for most areas. It's just that little bit of fog that's affecting us here to start off today. We'll expand the view and show you again that we've got some clouds in eastern Montana. There's a little bit of precipitation with that. And we're watching that western sky for those clouds to move in as we go through the day today. And maybe see a couple of sprinkles tonight. But really it is going to be heading into Wednesday where we see the more active weather. So here's a look at that. Through the daytime hours, we'll watch again some more clouds drifting in. Temperatures will be mild, but maybe not as warm as yesterday if we end up with more cloud cover. We're looking at some low 30s along the border area up north to some low 40s along the state line area down in the south with South Dakota, and in between temperatures 30s and 40s. So we are watching those clouds roll in. You see a couple of spots where we have a little green on the map, very light, indicating that it could just be a couple of sprinkles, if that, for this evening. This is 7 p.m. And then continuing on into the late night hours, that round moves through. We get into the warm sector of this system. We're looking at temperatures on Wednesday that are going to really soar. We're going to see some numbers here as we go through time tomorrow that climb pretty quickly. So by noon, we're already in the 40s in the south. We're in the 30s up north. And we'll see a 50-degree reading or two in the Southern Valley. You can see some green on the map out by Bismarck. And then that all starts to move eastward. You can see some spotty light rain showers because temperatures will be warm enough for that, moving through parts of the valley tomorrow with this system. And then eventually that moves eastward. And as we get into the cooler evening hours Wednesday night, some of this may switch over to some snow briefly before this clears. Not a major event, but still something to watch for in the next day or so. So looking at that, and then we've got some warm weather to come beyond in our forecast. And your forecast is sponsored by Innovative Basement Authority.
It just keeps getting worse. The crack keeps growing. The doors and windows stick.
This must be very frustrating. Almost no one connects that these are telltale signs that water is shifting your foundation. But it's okay. We got it.
Oh, this is done growing in this house.
Okay.
The effects of water can be surprising, but at Innovative Basement Authority, we'll do a complete home inspection for free.
So here's a look at our 7-day planner. We're looking at 40s, 30s, and 40s today. Tomorrow we move things up a little bit to some 40s to some low 50s ahead of that front moving through. Behind that, we cool back a bit. We'll be feeling a little cooler on Friday with temperatures back into the 30s, some breezy weather too. But again, just like last Saturday, we'll see some wind kick in to help warm us back up. And we're going to be even warmer than last weekend. We'll get into those low 50s both Saturday and Sunday, and that carries on into Monday of next week. So very warm. With that warm up, we will have some chances for precipitation again tomorrow, and then again next week, keeping an eye out for a storm system that could affect us here somewhere in the Midwest, and it could affect us here in the upper Midwest as well. So watching for that one, but overall, I mean, the forecast is looking great. Just one day here in the next 7 days where we have a precipitation chance really, and looking very mild, not just mild, just warm.
Yeah.
Just plain warm in February.
Really can't complain.
Yeah. It's very warm. You know, I know some folks are, disappointed about, winter activities getting canceled. That's the flip side of things. Not so great there. Yeah. But, after what was such a tough winter last winter, this also feels kind of good too.
Yeah. Can't beat it. Thank you, Lisa.